Welcome to part one of the Advancement Grant Technical Assistance webinar. I'm Keela Postlewaite-Stinnett, Arts Education Program Specialist at the Department of Arts and Culture. This video will cover eligibility and requirements of the grant. As always, please download and review the guidelines in full before beginning your application. Contact information will be displayed at the end of the presentation if you have any follow-up questions. The Advancement Grant supports the Los Angeles County Regional Blueprint's goals for increasing youth access to arts and asks that you prioritize serving historically underserved youth, providing arts education services and curriculum that are culturally relevant. Through this funding, our goals are to fund projects that are aimed at assisting school districts in achieving key action items in their strategic plans, generating resources, practices, skills, or knowledge that will be sustained beyond the term of the grant, and directing resources and investments into historically underserved communities to increase learning in the arts for youth who continue to face structural and systemic barriers to high-quality, culturally sustaining arts education. The grant also seeks to address the advancement of scale, equity, and quality of arts education in alignment with the blueprint. Funded programs will be asked to report on progress at the conclusion of the granting cycle. The blueprint addresses disparities in arts education and promotes cultural and racial equity by centering access and equity and prioritizing schools and communities. If you're new or unfamiliar with the work of the ArtsEd Collective, please review the blueprint that guides our work. The grant opportunity is only available to Los Angeles school districts that are in partnership with the ArtsEd Collective and will be implementing board-approved strategic plans for arts education during the funded year. A list of eligible school districts is on page 9 of the guidelines. Eligible districts may request up to $25,000 in matching funds. Funds will support requested projects for the next school year. If you are currently in the process of creating a strategic plan with one of the ArtsEd Collective coaches, you may still apply. A grant contract won't be offered to the district until the plan is approved by the school board. The cutoff date for board-approved strategic plans is September 30th if you intend on accepting the grant award. If your district is not on the eligibility list and you are interested in applying for a grant in future years, here's what you need to know. You may begin a partnership with the ArtsEd Collective by creating a strategic plan for arts education with one of our coaches. School district coaching services are free of charge. Applications for coaching support for next year are also now available at the link on the screen. Please submit this brief request form by the end of March for consideration. If your current plan needs updating, you may also complete this form for an updated plan. If you're interested in coaching or have questions, please send us an email. Your district may submit a request for funding that demonstrates how the proposed project initiates or expands activities or services that address one or more goals for advancing arts education in your schools. The district may request funds to preserve arts education. Projects that preserve arts education are only eligible if additional information is provided in the application to justify the need and the impacting factors. Successful funding requests must align with the district's strategic plan for arts education or the district LCAP or other plans and must demonstrate how the proposed project seeks to support the advancement of the arts in the district by referencing and citing the plans. Requests may support one or more of the highest priority project areas as identified by the district. Funded projects will help your district advance key arts education strategies from the district's plan, produce practices and resources that sustain arts education beyond the term of the grant, and direct arts education investments to historically and underserved youth, and will demonstrate how the proposed activities initiate or expand access to arts education. Neither the funding request nor the district cash match may include in-kind services or services for students that occur outside of the traditional school day that supplant or replace instruction that was previously offered during the school day. Districts approved for funding will enter into a contract with the Los Angeles County Department of Arts and Culture. The contracted period will begin July 1st and will end June 30th. The requirements are as followed. The district must make an investment of no less than a 1-to-1 cash match. These funds may come from the district or its funding partners and must be applied towards the project detailed in the application and identified in the budget. The district must assign a project lead to coordinate, implement, and monitor the project. They will be responsible for completing all required forms, reports, and participating in the mid-year check-in with arts and culture staff. Prior to receiving a grant contract, the project lead will be responsible for formally accepting the award by completing and submitting a grant acceptance form. Once the award is accepted, a grant contract will be issued to the district. The agreement must be submitted no later than September 30th. You may need to make special arrangements to include the contract on your district's August or September board agendas to meet this deadline. Project leads must complete a mid-project check-in with arts and culture staff by April 15th. And lastly, grantees will be asked to report on progress at the conclusion of the granting cycle. Final reports will be due May 15th. The report form will ask for a narrative of the district outcomes, including any changes in scale, equity, and quality, a final budget, participation data, at least one work sample, and a final invoice. A sample advancement grant contract can be found on the program page of our website. The grant contract will govern the distribution of funds, which may be paid in up to 3 installments. Upon completion of all project planning and the execution of the grant contract, the benchmarks for invoicing are fulfilled through the following. 25% of the grant award may be distributed by participation of the project lead in an arts ed collective convening. 50% following the mid-project check-in with arts and culture staff. 25% upon the completion of the project and submission of a complete final report. Invoices may be submitted by completing the invoice form or uploading the district-issued invoice via the grant management portal. If you have any questions about the information presented here, please send us an email at artsedcollective@arts.lacounty.gov. Thank you.